Before this video starts, let's first talk about what overhaul means. Overhaul. Take apart a piece of machinery or equipment in order to examine and repair it. Okay, well, that's not it. British. Overtake someone, especially in a sporting event. Okay, that's also not it. A thorough examination of machinery or a system with repairs or changes made if necessary. Okay, so this can also be applied to gameplay as well, because it does involve a thorough examination of the game, which would be the machinery or system, and then they are making repairs or changes made to that game. Let's go ahead and talk about evades today. Evade is going ahead and doing a complete overhaul of the game, which overhaul is kind of like a revamp. I thought evade was going to go ahead and do an overhaul of like a few things in the game, but it turns out they're going to be doing everything. So in this video, we're going to talk about evade's upcoming overhaul update. And yes, this is a long list, so I hope you guys have some food or whatever. Let's get started. The overhaul update was talked about a little while ago. I don't exactly remember the date, but it was talked about, and it looks like today or yesterday they went ahead and showed us everything they will be overhauling or revamping for that matter. It's like they're making a whole new fucking game. The lobby revamp. One of our current goals is an entire revamp of the current menu mechanic. The UI based menu will be replaced by a physical walkable lobby with some UI elements. This will combine the benefits of both systems and will also add in a social aspect to the game, like that wasn't already in the game. The only reason Evade is doing really well right now is because it is considered a social game. It does have that social interactable space with other people inside the game. So now they're going to go ahead and add in a lobby to the game where you can walk around and interact with stuff or talk with other people. That's going to add on more to the social aspect of the game. We also have a hint here. The Invade background is a hint as to what this lobby may look like. So during the April Fool's event, Evade was changed to Invade, and it looks like the icon that Invade was, that is going to be the background for the current lobby that they're going to go ahead and throw into the game. So the background looks like it's going to be dark, it's going to be rainy, it's going to be really moody, so that'll be interesting. The character overhaul. We're overhauling and changing the way characters are handled code-wise, how they feel, their animation quality, etc. It's one of the first things you'll notice in the overhaul. For example, movement will be retained mostly the same, but will feel more precise and cleaner, while still keeping what makes it unique. Stuff like crouching will actually reduce your hitbox size. Honestly, the coolest part about this is that your character legs actually stay still when you're looking around and make a cool little turning animation when you change directions. It really makes the game feel more grounded. So everything that was said in the character overhaul is talking about your character. Basically, they're changing how it's going to feel while you're moving. And then also when you're looking around, the animations for turning or changing directions, stuff like that, that is also going to be changed. The POV overhaul. So in the POV overhaul, they're changing how first person and how third person works. First person is going to be much cleaner and has a higher animation quality. And then third person has a much better camera. And this is also going to integrate with the aspects that were locked to first person, such as ADS, for example, is what they said. The AI overhaul. This is the big one. AIs can now have different states. It's not just going to be focused on going directly at someone. There's going to be different moods, different states that these AIs are going to have, also known as the next bots and stuff like that. For example, the rebel in the game has a state of attack. He has a hiding state if it has no weapon. He has a state where he seeks cover, and he also has a state where it's angry after having been dealt significant damage, and a patrol or a search state. So the rebel in the game, which is going to be the military incursion, that's all going to be different. He can attack, he can hide, he'll seek cover, he'll get angry, and he'll also patrol and search. And then it's noted here, this will also be applied to next bots to spice up gameplay. However, this is to do with a new nodal system, not pathfinding at all, which is interesting. This is going to allow for ambushing and other intelligent behaviors that were previously impossible. So it looks like the AI revamp is not going to be anything dealing with the pathfinding of any sorts. It's going to be with a nodal system. There's going to be ambushing next bots. These next bots are going to have intelligent behaviors. And then also dealing with a military incursion, that's going to be a pain to deal with. So overall, the AI overhaul is going to be fun. The UI overhaul, pretty standard for an update. Okay, that's all we got. So the UI in the game is pretty much going to be the menu or like the selections of stuff for items. That's all going to be changed. The sound overhaul. Maps now have much more detailed soundscapes. So for example, after standing outside in a temperate grassy location, you may hear birds and wind, but once you walk into a building, it will disappear and be replaced with sounds of industrial vents. This also applies to stuff like footsteps. So the sound in the game is going to make you feel more diverse. It's going to make you feel more like you're in the game. The interactable overhaul. They're going to add stuff like ladders, swimming, and new door mechanics, and etc. So even more than that. We're gonna have ladders in the game where you can climb onto now. They're gonna add swimming into the game, maps that have pools of water. The vehicle overhaul. The vehicle health is now more stable, and you may see vehicles be used in specific maps in the future. So it looks like vehicles are going to be involved into public maps. It's not just gonna be a private server thing. So specific maps in the future, or even maps as of right now, they might go ahead and add vehicles into those so people in public servers can go ahead and use them. That'd be really cool. Game mode overhaul. Basically, there's gonna be a ton more freedom for game modes in the future. Better materials, PBR, higher poly models, etc. I think PBR stands for physical base rendering or something with rendering. This won't impact performance as much as you think. The game will generally look higher quality and will have less of those weirder default Roblox textures. So they're just going to change the way how the game is going to look. It's not going to affect your performance in the game, but it's going to make everything more of a higher quality, dealing with the models, the material, and the rendering, and others of etc. stuff, etc. etc. And the last one here, the networking overhaul. I really didn't have too much with networking issues, but I know for a fact that there were a lot of people who were experiencing lag in the game. So this is definitely going to fix that. They're going to fix how networking works. They just say to expect less of the issues. If you're wondering why I'm not showing any images, it's because the vast majority of these changes are back end and more game feel, and because there's still some polish to be completed. And I'd rather you guys actually play it for yourselves rather than see a bunch of curated screenshots, which, by the way, public testing events are on our radar. Also, the things I listed are primarily things that have either been completed or are currently in the process of completion. A lot of stuff I would want to show, but I'm holding off of hype for now. And that is going to conclude the Overhaul future update for Evade. A bunch of stuff here, and I'm very excited, specifically on the AI part. I cannot wait for the behavior of Nextbots to be involved inside of Evade. Let me know in the comment section below, which overhaul are you guys most forward looking to? And what do you think is going to be added into the future of Evade? I want to see that in the comments. This is going to conclude the Overhaul future Evade update, and I am tired. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for me. My name's JMT, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out, lads.